We can't. I think we're live. I think we're here. Hey, everybody, this is Johnny Beane. And hey, we are live. This is Exclusively Van Halen. This is a very special edition of Exclusively Van Halen, celebrating Edward Van Halen. It's January 26th. You guys all know what the date is today. January 26th, 2023, celebrating the life of Edward Van Halen. So we'll be hanging out for a little bit, and there actually is a bunch of news that we can cover as well. So let's do that. But hey, let's play an intro and let's get into it. Smash that thumbs up, you guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Here we go.
Hey, this is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching Exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Beane TV. Keep it there. Woo! See ya!
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, you guys. StreamYard's kind of weird, so I don't know. Hey, Amanda, great to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Like we had said, I was talking with more people from the Van Halen community all day long. So this is my marathon today for Eddie to only talk about Van Halen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's been, for me, every day is some sort of Van Halen day. And I do realize the intro didn't even play during that intro, so it was kind of weird. I don't know what's going on, but you guys, smash that thumbs up. You guys, yeah, it's really, I do a lot of Van Halen content on this channel. I do a lot of stuff, guitar stuff, the music stuff, the news stuff, everything. And I did a video last night. Well, at midnight, I dropped a video. And then I didn't even think I was even going to do a show today. But like I was telling you before we went on, like if there's a time to do it, it's today, you know. And so here we are. We're going to celebrate Edward Van Halen's birthday, and we're going to talk some Van Halen news. And we do have a lot of stuff to talk about. But before we get started, we have to do this. We have channel members in the top tier. We give them a shout out at the top of every show. And they are Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB and J Cat, Thomas Santiago, Guitarman 45, Sherman Callahan, Thomas Santiago, John Moronic, R. Habs, David Allen Wright, Warlag, Michael B. Live. And we also have the newest channel members. They are Patty Dill, Anthony Barrico, Alex Radford, Conspiracy Music, Rob Blackmore, the official Rob Blackmore, there we go, Robbie Stingle, Six Fingered Assault, Sean Shreds, Kurt Rocks, Matt's Tube of You, I can't read that name, CC, OU812, Janice Lala, and Amanda Peters. Those are the top tier of channel members and the newest channel members here on Johnny Beane TV here on YouTube. If you'd like to become a channel member help support the channel, support these shows, you can do so. Click that join button. You guys know what's going on. We're live on Facebook in the Exclusively Van Halen group at 63,000 members. We're live in the EVH Gear Live group, EVH Gear Live page, Johnny Beane TV group. We're live on Twitter at Johnny Beane. where Facebook and Twitter it's just been going crazy today. The tributes for Edward's birthday today it's been nonstop, and we're gonna head on over to those sites and we're gonna look at some of those today. We're gonna talk about some of those. So yeah, so you guys, smash that thumbs up, and if you're brand new here, if you like Van Halen, this is the place you want to be. So smash that subscribe button. So, Amanda, great to see you. And have we done a show since we hung out down in Hollywood? I can't remember. I'm not sure.
Everything's a blur all the time, so maybe.
Yes, I know.
I feel like we have. I feel like we hang out every day.
I know.
Who knows?
I know. But we had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time down there at the Steve Rosen, Niels Lozauer Book Soup event.
Yeah.
I guess that was like 3 weeks ago now or something. Feels like it was like 6 months ago.
I know. Right.
But yeah, the weather was crazy. But the Rainbow was awesome. We hung out at the Rainbow Bar and Grill. Had some food, and they just happened to put us right at the booth, right below the Glenn LaFerman, Edward Van Halen photo there. So that was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome. So yeah, you guys, let's see, who do we have here tonight? Let's see. Let me see. We have Zach Thong is here. We have is it Baron guitar? What kind of food? At the Rainbow, what did I have? I had I want to say it was like a grilled cheese or something, just kind of weird. That's what I want to say. I don't know.
I just got chips and salsa.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. The food there is excellent. We'll be going back.
Yeah, I used to go every day, like I was telling you, and I would get the minestrone and some like coffee or something, and I would just hang out there every single day. They eventually knew me by name just in those like 2 or 3 weeks. I was in there so much.
That's great. Yeah, I'm excited to go back there because there's so much stuff there, especially when you walk into that front doorway there. There's all those like Polaroids or photographs or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was you that pointed it out, but there was one of David Lee Roth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember seeing. And it'd be cool to look through a bunch of those at some point and just get caught up on a lot of that stuff. There was so much of it. Let me see. Oh yeah, here's actually the photo I was just talking about right here. This photo right here. This is at the Rainbow Bar and Grill. That's one photo that we saw. There may be more. There is an autographed Eddie Van Halen Music Man guitar there. We saw that. That was awesome. It says to Mario, the Rainbow Bar and Grill. Edward Van Halen says 93. That's cool. That's awesome, you guys.
I won't tell you how old I was in 93. I won't keep this to myself.
I'm not going to say how old I was either.
I'll make myself feel like a baby. I was a baby.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. 93 was a great year, especially to be a Van Halen fan. I mean, with the what tour was it? The Right Here Right Now tour.
Yeah.
Which let's just get into some of this. Let me see. Let's see. I'm sharing here. Let's get into some Van Halen news. Because do they have that here? Yes. Here we go. Let's share this. Here we go. Hopefully you guys, let me know if you guys can see this, because usually if something messes up, like that intro that didn't even play. So when something messes up, I'm not sure what you guys can see and what you guys can't see. So let me know if everything looks fine. But this actually relates. Van Hagar remasters are in the works, according to Sammy Hagar. And what it sounds, so basically what's going on is on the Van Hagar other half Instagram page, somebody, this person right here, said they left a comment saying, I wish this album, along with 0812 and 5150, would get remastered. Because the other day was the anniversary of Balance, and we talked about this on the channel here. So anyway, Sammy Hagar himself responds to this guy and says, all that is coming soon. They started with the live album. So I'm assuming that's the Right Here, Right Now album, which was basically recorded in 1992. See, here's where there was like a 3-year period where being a Van Halen fan was pretty awesome. So you had a new record in 91. You had the tour from 91 to 92. And then you had a live album come out in 93. Actually, no, the live album came out in 92, but was toured in 93. So they did a tour of a live record, if that makes sense. So it looks like the Right Here, Right Now record will be coming out first, remastered. Which, if that's the case, I'm going to applaud there. That'll be great. But yeah, 93 was a great year to be a fan. I saw them 3 times on that tour, and it was all outdoor shows. And I don't know how many times you've seen Van Halen, but the outdoor shows were the best. There was nothing like Van Halen outdoors. Oh, you saw them that many?
Yeah. I never met him. I never got to see them. I still cry about it in my sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, it might seem kind of cheesy sometimes, but a lot of times on these shows, if I'm talking to somebody else that either met them or saw them, I'm like, you do realize how lucky we are that we saw them, because now it's no more. They
did that reunion tour. What was that in, like, 2012?
With David Lee Roth?
Yeah. They
did 07, 08, 2012, 2015.
Okay. I know
Yes.
one of maybe it was 2015. I think I was on tour, and then 2012 I could not afford to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I just missed all of it. And of course I was like, oh, they'll do one last thing, and then he passed away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still crazy to think. But yeah, I mean, we're so lucky. I mean, just to be around right now.
Okay. Yes.
To be around with a band like Van Halen or just, the whole music, the 80s, and that Rainbow Bar and Grill is totally 80s. You walk in there, you walk back in time, everybody else that's in there, they look like they're still from the 80s. They all have like the hair and the By the way, I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this because in a few days I'm headed to Nashville. So I figured I should probably get ready,
Nice. They'll fit in with everyone.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm excited to check that place out because that's Music City. And I know how you were with effects pedals and gear and everything from a place that where you went, but in Nashville, what I hear is every pawn shop is like, it's like gold or whatever.
Mm-hmm. The Midwest in terms of gear it's Candyland.
Mm-hmm.
I moved out here and I would look through stuff and I'm just like, where am I? It's just, Nashville, Ohio, Chicago, obviously Detroit. Just, there's so much gear still out there floating around. It's great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Okay. All right, we'll get to some more news, and then let me see. Actually, let's read more. We got 76 people watching. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. Especially an off-show night. You know, normally I don't do a show on Thursdays, but like I said, I wasn't even going to do one, but it was like my feeds were nonstop tributes, and it's like I have to, you know. Like if there's any time to do a tribute, it's tonight. So we are here. But the Axe is here. Hey, yo, what's up, Robbie? Robbie Stingle, channel member, is here. Hey, dude. Octopus Ears, Tim Thomas, Richard Friend, Holly Lewis, Dwight Bailey. Hey, man. Dakota. Hey, what's up, dude? All I want are the stems for all the songs so I can mix them better. I already have one. I just need 9 more. Oh, man. That's cool. I actually heard something really cool the other day. I don't know where I got it, but because the anniversary of Balance, we had talked about it. I guess that would have been Monday, right? I think. No. Yeah, I guess. No, Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Tuesday we talked about Balance, and then Wednesday I went out of town, so I listened to Balance on my way out of town, and within my iPod, within the Balance folder, I also happen to have a version of the song Not Enough, but with no vocals. So it's just the music. And I don't know where I got it or whatever, but it was very cool to listen to because you can really hear, you know, everything.
That's so cool.
And I noticed it sounds like Michael Anthony is actually playing it sounds like he's playing a fretless bass on the song because you hear a lot of like sliding and stuff that you can really hear without the vocal there. So very cool. And also I've said for a long time that I'm a huge fan of all the Edwards keyboard songs, all the piano stuff that he's done, and it's really awesome to be able to hear, you know, a keyboard tune without the vocal on it, to hear more of the stuff, and if they do release anything in the future, I would love to hear more piano stuff. So, and actually, a lot of people are saying with the remasters coming up. It'd be cool if there was any kind of extra stuff added into there, like bonus tracks or outtakes or whatever.
When I was talking with Jeff, he mentioned that they said, at least with Sammy, there's about like 30 or 35 songs that were unreleased that are just sitting. Yeah, he brought that up to me. So it would be cool if we got anything. Just throw us a bone, right? Just a small piece. But yeah, I wonder if that will ever come out. And then you got to think about all the stuff that's still sitting at 5150, which, I mean, what was it, 2 years ago, Wolfgang talked about how he was trying to go through all that. And then because they somehow it all got erased or something. I think the computer there, Edward had said this years ago too. I think the computer there was like an older computer and it got corrupted. Hey, Ned's here. Hey, come here. Oh. You guys, it's Ned. There he is. Hey, man. Hey. Yes. Hey. Yeah, smash that thumbs up for Ned. Yeah, apparently the computer got corrupted, or the files got corrupted, and so there was no like names. There's no titles for anything or whatever. So nobody basically knows what's in that library of tapes. Like Edward is the only one that knew. So they're gonna have to go through that stuff, and a lot of that stuff, that's actual tape, and it needs to be baked like in an oven for the stuff to even play, if that makes sense. So it's going to be a very long process to go through that stuff. But someone save it right now.
For fans, I mean, It's just amazing. And I mean, I know you said you weren't going to tell us how old you were in 93, but I was a mega Van Halen fan in 93. Like major. You think I'm a dork now. Okay. I try to hide it now. Now I'm like, I play it off or whatever. But back then, Van Halen was everything to me. And every time they were in town, I had to go. Everywhere I went, every album, every magazine, everything I had to have. So anything from, especially from that era, is pretty. It's priceless to me. You know, the 5150, 0812, the Van Hagar era, basically. I mean, I love it all, but I first got into Van Halen in 19. Technically, I've always said I got into them because of the movie Back to the Future, the cassette tape with that riff that we love. Technically, I thought that was it, but I think really I got into Van Halen when I first heard "Beat It" in I guess 80. Well, for me it would have been 83. You know, I used to go roller skating as a kid, and they'd play "Beat It." They'd play the video on the screen as you're rolling around, and I would hear that guitar, and maybe I didn't know who it was, but obviously it inspired. But yeah, anyway, 5150. Anyway, the whole Van Hagar era to me is very special. And I get a lot of heat for that from a lot of the older fans, but that's fine, but I love it all.
I really love Right Now. I think that's easily one of my favorite Van Halen songs. It's genius. I really, really love that song. I love Dreams. I mean, I'm obviously partial to the Diamond Dave era, but that's from my own upbringing. I mean, I got Van Halen 1 first. I started off the first album, but so it's my own childhood memories. But everyone has their own thing, and it's all Edward.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, so as far as those remasters, it looks like it's going to happen too. I mean, it's been kind of fans have wanted that stuff for years, and there's been rumors that it is available, but only in Japan. But then maybe if you get the stuff on iTunes, that stuff is actually from the Japan remasters, so it's already there. There's a lot of confusion going on with the stuff for a lot of years, but especially with Sammy Hagar in the comments of that thread saying, "Oh, it's all coming soon." It's going to start with the live album, which we're guessing is right here, right now. I don't know. Or maybe it could be something else, would be awesome. Or maybe, what do you call it? Live Without a Net. That would be awesome to release that, But anyway, with a lot of that stuff, it's very exciting. And yeah, if they do have any extra stuff, they can throw into that would be incredible. That would be incredible. So
I've been personally thinking about leaking one more photo from my uncle's stash today. I got home and immediately started doing videos, so I haven't been able to think about it, but it's like, do I post one just for the people? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What do you guys think?
You're gonna have like 1 million people like, please, anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's a really cool one. I mean, you can't see it because I'm looking at her. But it's Eddie. It's one my uncle got from the audience, but it's Eddie with his star guitar. And it's
awesome.
Super lit up. Do I
awesome.
post this one? Do I post it while I'm on the Johnny Beane show?
Sure.
Do I drop the bomb?
Sure. What do you guys think? How many people are in here? We got 90 people. That sounds like a poll to me.
Show it first.
Any excuse for a poll. Want to see the photo? Yes, no.
someone's like anything.
All right. Well, just there's a okay. There we go. There's a poll in the chat.
I'll have to pull up my phone.
There we go. Answer the poll in the chat, you guys. And you can if you post it, and then if you tag me in it, I'll get an alert, or however you want to do it. Whatever. It's all good. There we go. 36 votes, 92% yes.
Who said no?
2% no, 7% okay.
I was the okay.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Speaking of photos, I mean, today especially, like Facebook, Twitter, it's just been nonstop, just tributes, and it's just been awesome to see. I mean, so many people. I mean, so many friends of mine. I mean, it might sound kind of weird, you guys, and maybe it's weird to say, but it's almost like it was my birthday today, because I got tagged in so much stuff. And people would like message me, hey, I tagged you in this, tagged you in that, tagged you in that. And so I kept saying happy birthday all day long today. So that might be kind of weird, but I mean, that's how important, this is for me especially, and for a lot of you. It really is a day to celebrate, celebrate the life of Edward Van Halen. I mean, the greatest guitar player, just such... and I kind of said this in my video I released last night. I mean, he was such an influence on so many of us for so many years. And it's just, it's amazing, because the internet now, we've met, a lot of people where we all have kind of the same stories, like, oh, back, we used to ride our bikes, we'd listen to Jump, or, I went to this show, or I went to that show, or when this album came out, when I first heard, Dreams, whatever. I mean, and a lot of us have the same stories, but we didn't know each other, and some of us are the same age, some of us were a little younger in 93, some of us.
I was 1.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even know what a Van Halen was. I didn't even know who I was.
93. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was born on the day of the LA riots.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So when did you first get into Van Halen then? Okay, so if you're 1 in 93, what how old were you when you got into Van Halen?
I was probably I think it was 10 when I got Van Halen 1.
So that's what, 10 years later? 93,
yeah,
2003?
So it was like 2002.
2002?
2001, 2002, I want to say.
So about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Yes.
Wow.
I was gifted the album that would change my life forever.
The first album.
the album that wrote it all for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I Van Halen 1 will always be my favorite. I don't care what anyone says about anything, how it was recorded, there's just so much magic to me, or for me, in that very first album. Eruption, that was the song that did it for me. That's the song that made me a guitar player. I will always love Edward Van Halen. I will always love that album, that song. His playing, it's the reason I'm here. It's the reason why I do what I do with guitars. It's the reason why I have my passions. So
mm-hmm.
One thing I will say is I'm so excited to see everyone still posting about his birthday. Like, they're not focused like, oh, this is a day that Edward died. We're still celebrating, even though it's only been 2-3 years now. Every time it's just, we're celebrating his birth, and I think that's incredible. I feel like we haven't really seen that with many musicians yet. I think it's like a little bit, but it's like everyone goes so hard still every year, and I'm just like,
yeah,
yes.
I mean, Edward was such a huge part of a lot of our lives, especially if you're people like my age, 29. We grew up, a lot of us grew up wanting to be Eddie Van Halen. We all picked up the guitars wanting to be, Edward Van Halen was a superhero to a lot of us.
Same here.
And it was, with MTV, with the magazines, you would get the Guitar World magazine with the albums. You'd see them in concert. It's like, wow, it's can't believe it. It's them. They're so far away. Well, for me, I could never. I always had to sit way in the lawn. So it was always such a. It's just magic, like such a magical thing. And I think when he passed, it was just such a shock to so many of us.
Yeah.
Especially if like I said, I used to be embarrassed. I've been doing these shows for we're about 8 years now, and for the first several years of doing these shows, I was really embarrassed to admit how much of a fan I was. So I would play kind of dumb, I'd let other people talk about stuff. But if something wasn't correct, I would chime in and say, nah, because I do know a lot about this band, because all I did, like I said, all I did was buy the magazines, buy the albums. For a lot of years, all that stuff. Hey, 0812. 0812, thank you for the support, man. Every time I listen, I'm inspired. Yes.
Should be.
Yeah. It's all like, there we go. It's still fresh. It'll always, the music will always be there, and you can listen to it no matter how many times you've heard whichever album or song. It's always, it takes you back to when you first heard it, but at the same time it's brand new, and it's, I think you guys know what I'm trying to say here, but it's just it's magic. But there's a lot of people that are my age, or actually older than me, because I wasn't into them when they first came. I was a baby when their first album came out. I was like, your age, in '93 kind of, and so when I got into them, they'd already been around for a lot of years. When I got into them in 80, I guess 85, 86. So I had to, the first album I bought was FUTONE 50, and I had to dig back. And buy each album. But the way I did it, and this is something I'll ask you in a second, the way I bought the albums was just based on the album covers, because I didn't know any of the music. I didn't know any of the songs, so I had a paper route. And so when I'd make enough money, I would ride my bike to the local record store, and I would buy another Van Halen record. And it was always based on what was available at this particular shop and what album cover looked the coolest I would buy next. Mm-hmm. So I bought 5150 at Target. I remember they had 5150 right next to Eat 'Em and Smile. And I knew the Roth solo stuff because of the music videos. I thought they were funny. But I'm like, but this is Van Halen. This is Eddie Van Halen. That's what I'm doing. And from then on, I was always team Van Halen, no matter what. But I've gotten to be... Here.
It's interesting you bring that up, because that's what Jeff brought up, is like remembering how you felt when you first heard Van Halen. Like, we all remember where we were, what song we were listening to, exactly how we felt. And also he brought up, buying the albums based on the covers. I didn't have that just because my uncle, he was just like the automatic, like whatever you want, or I didn't really get a choice to listen to what I wanted to, because he just gave me everything. His collection of music is so massive. He's got like 15 or 25,000 records, CDs all lined up, cassettes all lined up, like everything you could ever imagine. So I didn't have to buy music. He gave it to me. The library. Yeah.
Man. Hey, G. Butchnoff, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you for your support for this channel, man. So you didn't buy any of the... So all those albums were there. I know you're talking all kinds of rock music, but as far as the Van Halen albums...
That was all my uncle. He just like gave us like, here's all the songs that you would want to listen to on a CD besides Van Halen one. Because like I said, my mom was like, why would you buy that? Your uncle has all of it in the garage or like in his room. Like, don't buy anything. He'll just make you a CD. Cause this is, 2001, 2002. So I did have some stuff on cassette, and I remember listening to a cassette player, but I remember eventually like went to CDs, and that's as soon as the CDs came out, we got a CD burner, and it was like just make all the CDs. But yeah, I didn't have to do that, and then even when I hit my teens, I got into Green Day. My uncle he knew all the people who owned like the media stores. So he'd get me CDs and stuff for like nothing. I'd just give him a list. Like, this is what I want. I already knew what I want. This is also the day and age of the internet, so I could still look up on the internet in my teen years, like albums and stuff, and be like, okay, well, I love this band, so I just want everything by them, anything you can find, and he would buy me all sorts of stuff. So my uncle has been what we call the plug in my life since day one. Just like constant music. My music collection used to be so big.
Wow.
It's not as big anymore, but definitely a lot of my vinyls are Van Halen vinyl. I love that one, so.
That's cool. I collected a lot of Six Fingered Assault. Thank you so much. The reason I play guitar is because of Edward. I think a lot of us, that's definitely a reason, I think that's true with a lot of us. But hey, Six Fingered Assault, thank you so much for your support for the show. And hey, I just saw somebody here. Aljon Go, it's 5150 time. Aljon, I'll see you next week, man. I will see you. We'll be hanging out. See, Aljon, look, I'm ready. I'm coming to Nashville, man. Got my outfit all ready to go. Right on, man. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? You guys, I saw a comment in here, and let's get to that, because that's something else. That's something that's very, very, very cool happening today in Van Halen news. Van Halen news desk posted this earlier. Unearthed Eddie Van Halen, the complete 1980 interview, tape 1. I like the way that sounds, tape 1. So that means there's more. That means there's more on the way. Let's see. There we go. We've got an unbelievably cool treat for everybody on Eddie Van Halen's birthday today. Veteran rock journalist and Johnny Beane's cousin-in-law, I think they forgot to put in there, Jazz Obrecht, has shared another never-before-heard gem of an interview with Eddie Van Halen from one of the this one from January of 1980. And so, Amanda, I don't know if you have this magazine, if you've ever seen this. Guitar player.
I've seen that, like, these magazines. A lot of my uncle's magazines that I flipped through, like his early Van Halen ones. I think it's like mainly all Cream or Circus.
But this particular one right here, huh?
Oh, he does have some guitar player, but I don't think that's this one.
This particular one, like I told you, I was a huge Van Halen fan back when you were like 1 year old, and I used to buy everything I could find, and like this magazine I read like a million times. So anyway, so Jazz Obrecht, who again we find out is my cousin-in-law. We're actually related, and we're in touch now. This was an interview that he did with Edward. This was Edward's first cover story, Guitar Player, April 1980. And so I read this a billion times, as a kid. But today, Jazz released the actual audio of that interview. And if you listen to it, you can actually hear Eddie playing like his guitar. Like he actually plays a lot of guitar during the interview because they're talking about his guitars and how he does stuff, how he keeps, the guitar in tune. They talk about the Floyd Rose. They talk about the pickups. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So definitely give that a listen if you can. Actually, I've got it right here. You guys, after we're done here, there it is. I had it preloaded into the thing here. After we're done here, you guys, go and check out this video right here, and or if you open up that link there, jump over there and leave a comment saying Johnny Beane sent me. Let Jazz know that I sent you guys over. Definitely check it out, and yeah, it's like an hour long, so it's incredible. And like I said, Edward plays a lot of guitar. He actually plays a couple unreleased riffs as well. And it's a great thing to listen to. So again, check it out and leave Jazz a comment saying Johnny Beane sent me. Thank you. And look at that. Speaking of comments, look, we just happened to see this here. Apparently I said, love you, Jason. See you soon. Yeah, this is something else that was posted today. Jason Becker shared a post about Edward Van Halen. I mean, everybody just shared so much about Edward on his birthday today. And hear that? My phone's going off because it's this stuff all the time.
It's your birthday too.
Let's try to go back. Huh?
It's your birthday too now.
I mean that might be kind of weird, but that's what it kind of feels like. Because all day my phone is going off all day, and it's all birthday related. Let's see if we can go back to the site here. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the site is getting so much traffic, it's like not even loading now. Unless my internet went out, I don't know. It's not opening. Oh well. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the next one. And let's see who else is here. We got Brewski's chair. We got Edwin Crane. Thought on the guitar. What? Grimoire? The Guitar More? A thought? This is the Guitar Moire. If you're wondering what this is. That's where a lot of the guitars live. Let's see. Who else is in here? Doc Danger is in here. MPN is in here. All Hail King Edward. Let's see. Thomas Santiago is in here, channel member. Clayton James Hicks. He's saying on February 14th, on Tuesday, it's Van Halentine's Day. Clayton, thanks for reminding us. Van Halentine's Day. You see, every day, Amanda, every day is like Van Halen Day.
Every day is Van Halen Day.
Every day.
In our lives, every day is Van Halen Day.
Yeah. We got Ed here. Hey, Ed. I mean, that's the thing too. It's I mean, just imagine your whole life. There's been people like me that have just been crazy about this band. Every day, all day, we're wearing the clothes, wearing the shirts, listening to the songs, and now with the internet, we can talk to each other about this stuff, and we make new friends. And I mean, it's just such a I mean, it's just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's just awesome. CC, oh my gosh. CC. Let's see. Do they even change with that? I don't even know if they even do. It's telling me that they are. Let me see. There we go. CC, thank you for all you do, Johnny Beane. Your loyalty to Van Halen and friends has not gone unnoticed. You're the glue to millions of fans over the last many decades. Thank you for being a real one. CC, I mean, thank you so much for your kind words and your support for the show. And man, I don't. It's just weird. It's such a weird thing because I started doing these shows, like I said, about 8 years ago. I started doing this stuff, and at the time I was doing the show with a guy named Dave Nesdahl, and when we started doing the show, I wanted to make it more like just like guitar like chat. You know, I didn't want people to see how much of a Van Halen dork I really was back then. You know?
Now you do.
But now it's awesome.
Now it's okay.
Now it's fine. Well, in all seriousness, I mean, when Edward passed away, it's like everything just changed for me and was like, that's why I said earlier, I mean, it's just amazing to think how lucky we are that we're even that we even are around now to enjoy the music, or that we saw them in concert, or that some of us got to meet, you know, the band, you know, different things like that. I mean, it's just incredible. So now, after Edward passed, I pretty much decided, okay, you know, I'll come out of the closet and be the Van Halen nerd and dork that you know, if everybody wants that, because that's how I grew up. You know, and so I embrace it. I embrace it. So I feel like I have a responsibility now to talk Van Halen.
You have a lot of
you
fans.
know.
I was telling you about my friend Tony, who started Inside Magazine. I brought you up to him, and he's like, I've been watching Johnny for years, and I'm a huge fan of his show.
Wow.
There you go. Did you ever own an Inside Magazine?
I had them all. In fact, I had 2 subscriptions to it so I could get extra copies of it, and I signed up under a fake name. I remember. This goes back to 1994?
Okay.
93, 90. You were 1 year old when they started that magazine.
Yeah.
You were 1, 2, 3 years old when that magazine was happening. You couldn't even read yet when that magazine was going on.
I have a picture of, I think it's the same, I don't know if it's the same building that they were printing that magazine out of, but like around the top of the building, it's Rocket one-way printing. And it's, I had gone in there because my uncle suggested it to me. He's like, this is where Bob Alford, who's a photographer who actually did stuff for Van Halen and did a lot even during the Van Hagar years. Mm-hmm. And I went in there, and yeah, all around was like the Frankenstrat stripes on the walls.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, where am I? And there was a giant picture of David Lee Roth on the wall. And I was like, where am I? And I ended up going back, and because I got these prints, I think, actually, of Queen and Eddie, and I ended up going back, and it turned out to be Tony, and he was showing me, he's like, yeah, I started this magazine and printed it, and I was a kid, and I was like, no way. So yeah, he's a really nice guy, and I thought I'd bring that up. And he's
That's
like,
awesome.
I love Johnny's show. Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's such a great thing. Yeah. And so now I embrace doing these shows, and I love doing them, and I will continue to do them, and to support and keep Van Halen out there, you know. And I've got the Facebook group and Twitter pages and Instagram, EVH Gear Live Instagram. That's me, if you guys ever see that. And yeah, it's awesome.
I just steal your platform to ask people if you have a cassette tape for an EC80. Please email me. I need one. The EC80. So for Eruption in the first album, he used 2 Univox EC80s, and I have one, but it's so hard to find them with the cassette. And so I'm just like stealing everyone's platform. Like, if you have one, please contact me at this number.
Wait, say it again. There you go.
If you have a Univox EC80 cassette, I need a copy. Please contact me text us at this number.
Yes.
Send me one. I need a copy. I'll do anything.
Right on.
I'll leak as many photos as you want. I need to do Van Halen stuff. Because everyone's like, don't you have one? Like, where is it? And I was like, I need the cassette, man. And everyone's told me that like it's so hard to find. You will never find it on Reverb.
The cassette. So you need that cassette to do the delay.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Because it was made in Japan, I guess like they easily broke. And they only made replacement cassettes for they only made
I think that was one of them.
Yeah, right? They only made it for a short amount of time. And of course, everyone bought it up, and now they don't make them anymore. And it's trying to find someone who has a Univox EC80 with a cassette who can make me a copy. Like, all you need to be able to do is just like copy the dimensions and make a 3D printing of it. At this point, you just need the casing. Yes, it's so hard to find. I found like a page that used to make them, but they don't make them anymore. And even finding anyone who has an EC80, like I said, who actually has the cassette with it. I know a few people are like, oh, I have one, but I don't have the cassette. Like, why do we all have it, but we don't have the cassette? So it just sits there, and I just stare at it. Yeah.
Speaking of staring, this poll we put up about half an hour ago has 90 votes. 87%, they're saying yes, they want to see the photo.
Okay. I have, okay. So
I don't know if you want
to. 3 internet. Do I do 1980 or do I do 1979? Frankenstrat Eddie or Star Guitar Eddie?
That sounds like another poll.
I'm laughing at Ryan's comment.
Let's see. Okay, so it's either 79 or 80, you're saying?
Yeah. Do I post one from 79 or do I post one from 80?
Or both?
or all of them? Or you?
It is the birthday. Yeah. Release them all.
That's what I'm working on right now. I also want to release them all.
Yeah.
My uncle's like, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm like, anything?
You're like,
releases them all to the wild. Literally. Where's Robbie with the bubble wrap or whatever?
Oh my gosh, that was craziness.
That clip, that's what we need right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, actually I was going to upload that for a clip, but I think it was too long. I think. Let me see. We got 32 votes so far. It looks like 79 is in the lead.
I have one where you can see all the Marshalls behind him, and then the pedal board. Everyone's like, yes.
Yes. All of it. Marshalls and pedal board.
And that's everyone just like pupils dilated. Like that was me when I saw it. Like, pedal board.
All of the above. Yes, Mike Olson.
Yeah.
It looks like 79 won regardless. So it looks like 79.
Heard you, my people.
Now find me that tape.
Right. It's like bribing people with photos. Like,
And find me a red Kramer Beretta special.
Typically from Indonesia.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So while they're looking for that, let's do let's do more. Man, what time? Look at this. We're already an hour into this. I had said I was only going to do an hour. Oh my goodness.
With me, it's a party. You can't just do an hour.
These shows are always
Marathon.
they always are. Always. I mean, okay, let's really quickly. Okay, let's go back to Van Halen News Desk. Okay. All right, Van Halen News Desk. Jason Becker shares beautiful moments spent with Eddie Van Halen. Ah, dang it. I'm trying. The site is like just getting overloaded because I think so many people are over there today. I can't even open the page.
Also, Johnny, I have to thank you because now people are like, you were on Van Halen News Desk with Johnny Beane. And I'm just like, Mom, I'm famous now. I'm famous with my people.
Yeah. They're going to send me tapes.
It's literally what this has all been for. Like, okay, now that I'll have your attention, do you have an EC82?
We'll see you next week. You'll have nothing but those tapes behind you all over the place. It'll be awesome.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm going to find one person.
Okay. All right. The website's not opening for me because I think there's so much traffic there right now. I'll just tell you guys, Jason Becker posted today. Actually, Jason's mom, Pat, posted today. And I'll just go over. Well, wait a minute. I can just go to Facebook. I'm friends with Jason. I can actually go to his page. Hey, Ned. Here, let's do this. And while I'm doing this, you guys, I feel really weird because our intro didn't play. So while I'm trying to look for that, let me go ahead and play the intro for you guys. Because I hope I wasn't picking my nose. All right, here's the intro to the show. Smash that thumbs up. Thank you so much. All right. And I can't even find what I'm trying to do here. So basically, let me just tell you that Jason Becker posted today about when Edward Van Halen came to his house in 1996, which was incredible. I'll tell you, for me, I was living basically one town over from Jason when that happened, and a very good friend of mine told me about that entire thing basically right after it happened, and I couldn't believe it. I could not. I was just in shock that Edward Van Halen was just a town over. I lived in a town called El Cerrito, California. Jason is in Richmond, California, which is literally just a mile away. And just to even learn that Eddie was there, Eddie had come down to shoot a TV spot for the Jerry Lewis telethon with Jason. Oh, okay. So a very good friend of mine, his name is Dave Lopez. He told me, he's like, Johnny, he's like Eddie's coming to town. It was either before it happened, like it was gonna happen, or it already did happen. I mean, it's been since '96. I can't remember, but basically he told me like Eddie came to the house. He was hanging out. They shot a commercial in the backyard, and he played guitar. He gave Jason a guitar. which I ended up getting to see, years later, going to Jason's house and stuff, which I'll play you guys a quick clip. This is the first time I met Jason. This is actually in 2010 at Jason's birthday party.
All right, Johnny Beane hanging out with Big Pimp Jason Becker. Hello, Jason. This is
with your
all right.
permission.
Damn,
Yeah, right. You got
Jason's
it
so goddamn handsome. Look at him. All right, all right. And there's Mike pimping Barney over here, and then Dan, just goddamn it, sexy. Too fucking sexy.
Dan helps Jason record his music. That's who Dan is. And Mike Varney ran Shrapnel Records. And that was Dave.
Didn't
that was
you
my
go
friend
to
Dave.
Costa Rica?
There we go. That was in 2010 at Jason's house. That's the first time I met him. And I'm holding actually this guitar right here. That's my GMW. I took it to show Jason the guitar. Anyway, so Jason Becker posted today about when Edward came to his house and Jason, they had released a video, which I'm sure all you guys have seen, because I think it's got like 1 million views, literally, at least 1 million, of Edward at the house playing the guitar that he would give to Jason, a PV Wolfgang. He signed the guitar. I've seen the guitar many times at Jason's. Anyway, very cool. Sorry, I can't. The website's not opening for me, so I can't show you on the site. But that's basically that was news today. And then let's see. Man, there's so much stuff I wanted to do. We have so many. We're averaging 100 people here tonight. This is awesome.
It's a party here. I'm trying to make news right now. I'm going to send you these photos first, and then I have them first.
JG.
Now that I
JG, thank
have
you so much.
Where's my cassette?
Maybe you should say you'll trade one photo for one tape, right? So you can.
No, listen. I will keep slowly, as I find leads to the cassette, I'll slowly release each photo. Just get me closer and closer. Just small bribes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I
JG, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Right on. Facebook user. Who is that on Facebook? See, we're live on Facebook and all my different Van Halen groups and pages and stuff. But unless you sign in on Facebook, we don't know who you are. Like here, it just tells us Facebook user. But they're saying, dude, can I win that Western shirt? I have to wear this to Nashville. So maybe afterwards. I actually have to wear this. Actually, I have to lose some weight first. It doesn't even button all the way up anymore.
Make open t-shirts a thing again. It's the 70s.
Robbie Stingle.
Say that's what it is.
Thank you so much, Robbie. Eddie wants us happy. Yeah. Man, it's just so crazy. I've told you guys that I was lucky enough. I got to meet Edward. And that's this photo. Let's see, where's the thing? Yeah, the photo I used for the card right here. Yeah, that's us. That bottom right hand corner. That was a photo that Janie took. She took of us, and because we had taken a few selfies already together, but the lighting, we were at a private party, and the lighting was so weird. Here's my photos with him are really dark. Okay. So we took some selfies together, and then Janie took this photo of us right here. There we go. And I mean, he was laughing. And this, if you're wondering, this was 2014. So this is before that last tour in 2015. This was 2014. It was in Hollywood. And it was a private party that a friend of mine invited me to, and he was there. He was there, and when I had our mutual friend introduce us, and when I met him, I said, "Well, hey, I'm kind of a fan, you know," and yeah, I didn't tell him, "Oh, I grew up, you know, learning everything." No, I didn't. But I will tell you, when I did meet him, I realized he's just a regular dude. So that's when everything to me, everything, like there was like it just changed from being some crazy kid that grew up on this stuff to somebody that I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. If anybody else out there, if it makes sense to you, that, you know, after meeting your...
As someone like who I've toured with people where, you know, I really loved them when I was a teenager, and then I actually got to know them as a person, and I like hung out with them, and, you know, saw them every day for months or weeks, and yeah, I totally get it.
And you realize they're just regular people too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's how it was. But still, a couple days later, I'm at a stoplight, and it hit me. Like I met Eddie Van Halen. Like I actually met him, you know, like just unbelievable. So, but like I said, though, it's still unbelievable, but it's different now. It's a totally different thing for me. Like I can think back to when I was 14 and buying the albums and the magazines and watching Live Without a Net and learning all this stuff and just being like totally obsessed with this band and all that. I can still, that is still there. But now it's different because now it's like I've met them. I've met Michael Anthony many times. I've met Sammy several times. You know, so it's more, I don't know, it's more real, if that makes sense, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, when they're separated from you, it's almost like they're untouchable, right? Like you kind of said, they're like a superhero, and then you meet them and it makes them just real and touchable and normal and within grasp, and it's like, oh, they're just right there. Yeah,
this is just a regular dude, because he was standing, because what happened was I went up to him and I said, "Hey, I'm kind of a fan," you know, and then he's like, what did I say? I said something like, at the time, I lived in San Ramon, California, which is like an hour and a half from where I am now in Santa Cruz. So, but I remember I got down there that day like really fast. And Laz wasn't even driving. You know, our friend Music Therapy Laz, when he drives from Hollywood to here, it's like 3 hours. It's like nothing. But I got down there like super quick. And I remember telling Edward that. And he's like, wow, it usually takes much longer. Because he knows the trip, you know, back and forth from touring, you know, all those years, right? So anyway, he's like standing, he's literally, this is him and this is me. And I'm wearing the same hat, actually. He's like right here in my face because there's music playing in the background and stuff. And so it's the weirdest thing. It's like, you know, your hero is this close to you, talking to you. And it's like, yeah, he looks like the guy you grew up on, you know, but he's just a real dude, a real guy. And so he's standing right here. And what happened was this party we were at, they had like hors d'oeuvres and stuff. They had like these sausages. He had eaten the sausage because his breath was like right on me, and I could smell the sausage, right? So he's talking to me, and he's like, I told him how fast I got down to Hollywood. He's like, well, now you can go home. And he starts laughing, and he punches me in the chest. He would do, if you watch interviews of him, you always notice when he cracks a joke, a lot of times he'll do that to the person he's talking to. He'll like punch him in the chest a little bit. So that's what he did. And it was right there. I'm like, this is just a regular, he's Eddie Van Halen, but he's just a regular guy, you know? And that's why everything just totally changed. Although the superhero and all this other stuff, that's still there, but it's different now. Yeah. It's different. And that's so like when I say I do these shows, it's like I feel like I'm responsible now to do these shows and tell some of these stories, and and all that, because there's a lot of kids now that are getting into the band, and I feel sorry for them because they'll never see them, you know?
I'll never, like, it crushed me because I'm like, that would have been the one person I would have wanted to meet, and I never got to meet him. And, you know, I know people that were very close to him that were like, oh man, Edward would have just loved you just because of your personality. But yeah, I'm just like, I never got to meet them, never got to see him live.
Yeah.
Crushed for the rest of my life. But
Yeah.
I have the music and I have the memories, and
yeah, it's such a wild thing.
yeah.
But yeah, R2, literally, he was right here talking to me, and I could smell the sausage on his breath, because I remember, anyway, and then the fist bump to the chest, and then, I mean, it was such a, I mean, where is it? Do I have it right here? I had it. I took with me, just in case that I would see him. I took my first concert ticket with me, thinking I'd get him to sign it, and I didn't even do it. I didn't get his autograph. We took some photos, but I didn't ask him for his signature or anything, because at once, you know, I started talking to him, I'm like, it's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
You know? And you know how it is now. We go to the NAMM show, and we see a lot of, you know, rock stars we grew up on and stuff, and they're just regular people.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like people like that are way more accessible now than they've ever been. Like, I've talked to so many people where I'm like, I can't believe I'm even talking to them. This is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, but for me, it's got to a point now where it's just normal.
Yeah.
It's just normal now. So it's cool, though. I mean, it's very cool. And
Very.
I never would have imagined, you know, when I was 14, 15, that I mean, we couldn't imagine this technology, you know, talking to other people in other parts of the world, or doing your own show or whatever. But even, you know, meeting your heroes that you grew up on, you know, if I would have met Van Halen then, back in 1988 to you know, it would have been insanity. I would have been so scared. Yeah. Yeah. But now it's normal.
Yeah.
Now it's normal. Like I'll talk to people, and they'll say something about, you know, other people, like, you know, in the camp or related to them or whatever. And they're like, oh, they mentioned your name the other day. It's like normal. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's still super awesome.
Super awesome. If anyone can find me the cassette number. That number is at the bottom.
Yeah, we need those cassettes.
Listen.
What else?
If I ever got like a massive record deal, and then, you know, I'm like 3 or 4 guitar lines in, and someone interviews me and they're like, what's one thing you want to say to the kids? I'm like, if anyone has an EC80 please text this number.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Well, I mean, that's the thing now, though, too, with the internet, with doing this type of thing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody out there sees this and is like, yeah, I have one. Whatever. I mean, it's such a small world now. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Man.
I'm going to send you a photo.
Okay. Okay, where? Instagram?
Am I texting it to the number?
Or text? Oh, yeah, you can text. Yeah, you can text that number. That's cool.
Feel special that you texted the number.
That's a real number. Anybody can text that number.
Unfortunately, my father found it. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. He sends
Yeah.
me text. Your whole family texts me now. You know.
You're part of our family now, so it's okay. We've adopted you.
That's I'm adoptable. Steve Anderson, what's up, dude? Great to see you, man. Steve Anderson, Rock Show. We got 77 thumbs ups. We do. This is awesome. You guys smash that thumbs up. Smash it. Smash it. And subscribe if you're brand new to this, and if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. But consider subscribing, you know, especially if you do like Van Halen, because, I mean, we are very Van Halen heavy around here. Very much so. And we're not weird. Or are we? I don't know. Maybe we are.
I am. I mean, after seeing the bubble wrap.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's safe to say. That's been
Yeah,
my favorite clip so far.
That was wild. Okay. All right, let's see. How are we doing? You guys, I want to show you guys some of the tributes going on today. And I think we can do that. I think if we go to Twitter. If we go to Twitter, we can show you some tributes here. Now, this is I'm just looking at the latest. Anything Eddie Van Halen mentioned. I mean, there's just a lot of birthday. You know, plus it's Twitter, so I do have to be really careful. Because you never know if it's going to show up. That's a cool one right there. Steve Barton. Steve, thank you so much for your support, man. Where is that? Steve Barton, thank you so much. Happy birthday, Eddie. Today would have been Eddie's 68th birthday. Man. Yeah, and a lot of us, we've been fans for so long. I mean, one of the really nerdy things I would do is I'd watch, okay, I got your message. I would watch Entertainment Tonight, especially on January 26th, because they would do the birthdays at the end. And they would always do, on today's birthday, Eddie Van Halen turns. And I remember watching during the years where it's like, Eddie Van Halen turns 38. Turns 39.
And
which
now
is
it's like
so long ago now. I mean, I'm still waiting to turn 39. Steve Barton, thank you so much for your support again. Okay, so let's see. I wanted to show you guys. I mean, there's so many tributes here, but again, it's Twitter, so I kind of have to be careful because we don't know what we're gonna see here. But there was a lot of tweets going on today on
send
Twitter.
you another one.
Okay.
It's the slide, so it's completely unedited.
Oh wow.
But it's raw in its beauty.
Oh, that's a cool one right there. Look at that. There's one Valor Bertinelli
Yeah,
shared
I lied.
today.
I gave you 79 and 80. There you go. I gave you both.
Okay. All right. Right on. Right on. So all day long, it's happy birthday, Edward. So many posts. And this is just Twitter, but Facebook actually is just, it's been just crazy. There we go. So there's some of the tributes today from there. And actually, we should probably go to Facebook actually. Let's actually do that. Let's go to my Van Halen Facebook group. which we're actually live in right now. It's exclusively Van Halen. Here it is. And then, okay, I got your... Okay, so you want me to show both of them?
Yeah, I can show both of them.
Okay. All right, 79. How do I do this? Here, let's get rid of that. Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one. Okay, so here's Raymond is Amanda's uncle, and here's a unreleased photo that he took, 1979. And this was what city is this?
This is Detroit. So this is
Detroit.
Masonic Temple, I believe it's May 1st, 1979.
Okay.
Might have the date wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's May 1st.
There we go. May 1st, 79. Look at that. That's a great photo. Wow. And you can really see. That's one of my favorite eras of the
Me too.
the Frankenstein. That's when I had three
back.
pickups thrown in there.
Yeah.
It had all the crazy like electrical tape or sorry, I'm trying to get it focused, but you know, I think he was just using just a regular Trem.
Mm-hmm.
Still at the time, he didn't have the Floyd Rose installed yet. Which actually he talks about, again, if you listen to the Jazz Obrecht interview that Jazz dropped today, he talks about the Floyd Rose tremolo, talks about how he has it's him and Jazz walking around. It sounds like they're walking around like a rehearsal hall or something, because you can hear like music in the background, and Eddie actually tells them to shut the radio off because somebody's playing a radio in the background. But he shows Jazz some of his guitars, and one of them he's like, oh, this one, you know, I made a much thicker body to have to put the Floyd Rose on because it's kind of brittle. So there's that one, and then oh wow, man, these are awesome. These are awesome. Okay, Raymond. Hey Raymond, if you're watching. There you go. Look at that.
Daddy.
Look at that. That's very cool. And I mean, he's wearing the all white outfit with the guitar. Very cool. Just incredible. There you go. Now send in those tapes.
This is a stick-up.
Send in those cassettes.
My uncle's like, she's doing such a great job with my photos, but the whole time I'm like, who has the tapes? Like, now that I have your attention.
Yeah. Let's see. How can we do this? Can we do this?
Rock Show asked me, where did I get these very cool pictures? A very cool man named my uncle. Photographed Van Halen. Cool.
Named my uncle.
Named my uncle.
Yeah.
In a magical garage far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
In a magical house far, far away.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't go back to visit this last Christmas. Was it Christmas? Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm still planning on going back. Because everyone's just like, when are we? I mean, I'm still trying to get him to be on the show with you. We have to set this up. Yeah.
We had talked about when you go back, we'll be together, and we can do a family reunion special right here on Johnny Beane TV.
And I want to finally get his Van Halen poster framed, that promo Van Halen 1 poster that's massive, and then we'll hang it behind us when we do the show.
Oh, awesome.
That'll be my gift. Just frame it. Hang it on the wall. It's the size of a full wall, I think. So that'll be
incredible.
the whole show. He can show
that'll
you
be
everything he has. Ticket stubs. It'll be a party.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
That'll be amazing. Okay. My what do you call it? MacBook is kind of weird. So I'll go ahead. I'll give you guys the link to my Van Halen group on Facebook. So if you want to, what is the link? It's FBVH, I think. Join my Facebook page, my Facebook group. It's called Exclusively Van Halen. It's the same name as this show. Exclusively Van Halen. There we go. There it is. Join the group, and you can check out all the different tributes today. There's so many of them. People posting photos, talking, memories of, a lot of the same stuff that we're saying here tonight. It's just incredible. Okay, so join the group, please. Let's see. And actually, we are getting more. We're getting some text messages here.
I hope it's about the cassettes.
Oh, somebody text in about those cassettes.
Just
what time did I start today?
Where's R2?
Let's see. We're getting some. Somebody texted in about an hour ago. Has anyone checked on Wolfgang and Alex? They doing okay? ? And they both actually posted it today, and that's something I was going to show you guys, but I can't get to the website because I think of all the traffic the site is getting tonight. But I can show you here on my phone. Here we go. This is Wolfgang's post today. Right here. Posted a photo of him with Edward. And yeah, it's blurry. Here, I'll just read it. It says, wish I could give you a big hug and tell it to you in person. Oh, happy 68th birthday, Pop. I love and miss you more than you could ever know. So he posted today, and very cool photo. And if you notice, Wolfgang is holding the PV. I think we actually talked to Jim DeCola when Jim was on. We talked to him about that guitar.
Mm-hmm.
That's the PV that Edward used in the music video for Without You off Van Halen 3.
Yes.
Remember that video?
Mm-hmm.
So, very cool. Now, I remember when I saw that back then. Let's see. I think you were 6. When I saw that video,
I'm so sorry.
I'm like, I want that guitar. A Wolfgang with P90s. That's just amazing.
So cool.
Yeah. And then Alex Van Halen, he posted today too. I can't get to the site. If anybody can text me, if you can text in a screenshot from, if anybody can get to Van Halen News Desk and get me a screenshot of what Alex said and text it to this number, I will show it. Okay. All right.
What did he say it on Instagram?
Maybe he did. Do you have him on Instagram?
Yes. If it's Van Halen, it's on my Instagram.
Let's see. I'm looking too. But everybody posted today. Sammy Hagar posted. Michael Anthony posted. Valerie Bertinelli posted. Janie Van Halen posted. Cody Van Halen posted. I mean, like I said, my Facebook is just all day long, just tributes all day. It's just incredible. But let's see how we're doing. We're an hour and a half into this already. We got 90 watching. You guys smash that thumbs up. It looks like we'll get to about 500 views at the end of the show, which is awesome, you guys. Okay, Matt's Tube of You is saying he posted a quote from Einstein about music and basically just said he loved him from the VH family. There we go. Thank you, Matt's Tube of You. Channel member. Thank you so much. Let's see.
It was on Twitter. It says, without music, life would be a mistake. Music expresses that which cannot be put into words and that which cannot remain silent. Music is what tells us that the human race is greater than we realize. And this is Albert Einstein. Ed, we love you, the Van Halen family.
There you go. Thank you.
My uncle just texted in, so he's watching.
Hey, man.
Yeah, hold up.
We'll see you soon.
It says, great show. Long live Van Halen.
Thank you.
He knows he was not there. I want to be there.
Man.
Dude.
Let's see. Here's another. This is from Michael Anthony today. Posted a photo with Edward from the '84 tour, and it says, "Happy birthday, Ed." It says, "Happy birthday, Ed. I miss ya." That's from Michael Anthony. Man. Yeah, I was such a nerd. I had my grandma make me pants just like that. So when I was in
Too.
what grade was that? Well, when I was in junior high. When I was in junior high, I had pants that had patches all over it, very very much like this that my grandma made for me. And actually, I wish I had them that. Well, not the same. I wouldn't be able to fit them, but it'd be awesome to wear pants like that now, though, huh? Be amazing.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, okay. So we got Michael Anthony. Let's see. Sammy Hagar. Sammy posted as well. I think his post was just on. I think it was just on Twitter. I saw it. Now I was going to show all this stuff too, but I'm not able to show. My laptop's kind of weird. Okay, here's Sammy. Okay, Sammy Hagar posted, "Happy birthday, Eddie. Miss you." Actually, a lot of people from the family posted. David Bertinelli, Valerie Bertinelli's brother, posted, "Happy birthday, Ed. We miss and love you." And David Bertinelli is a photographer as well, and he actually took a lot of photos of the band on tours for a lot of years. So that's a photo that David Bertinelli took from it looks like from on stage.
Yeah.
1986 5150 tour. And that's my era. To me, that's just like the most amazing stuff ever. I mean, I love it all, but specifically when you get into something and that's your first experience of it, and so that's what's very special. So for me, the 5150 era, Edward playing that Kramer 5150 guitar, that's my thing.
Okay. That's me with Van Halen 1.
There you go. Right on. Let's see. Okay, what else? What else news-wise? Okay, actually, let me look. I did make a bunch of notes. Talked about Jazz Obrecht. This is something I was gonna bring up. If you listen to the Jazz Obrecht 1980 audio, again, you can go to Van Halen News Desk. You can listen to it. It's an hour long. Jazz brings up the issue of bootleg recordings, and this is 1980. Okay, so it's very. I guess it was very new. At least in Van Halen's career, they had only been out there for a couple of years. So, but Jazz says something like have you ever seen any bootlegs, Van Halen bootlegs? And Eddie goes, oh, you mean the Suspicious Performance? So apparently Eddie owned one of them at the time. And if you guys can find it, I have a feeling after this one's going to go up in price because Eddie actually owned a copy of this Van Halen bootleg. Okay, where is it? I'll show you guys what it looks like. I had this when I was collecting this stuff years ago. I had one of these, and so if you guys can find this one, and I probably shouldn't have said anything, but if you guys can find this on vinyl, it's called Van Halen Suspicious Performance, and it's I believe it's Anaheim. Is it Anaheim 78? I think it might be the one where they supposedly parachuted down. Recorded live in concert. Yeah, 1978. So it was a bootleg that came out in 1978. That's the back of it. So if you guys can grab one of those, I have a feeling this particular one, after this gets out, that Eddie actually owned it and knew about it, that a lot of fans will be really getting this one. But I remember in the interview, Edward actually says, Jazz brings up on the bootleg, it actually talks about a song called Heart Attack. And Eddie's like they're saying something like, well, I guess the guy who recorded the bootleg, who produced the bootleg recording, didn't know the actual title of the actual tune, so he just called it Heart Attack. And a lot of you, sorry, it's not showing, but a lot of you hardcore bootleg collectors know, if you buy a lot of this stuff, a lot of the songs are misprinted, a lot of the photos, don't line up with the era. It can be like a 78 recording, but the front has like Sammy Hagar on it, so anyway, I have a feeling that particular one will possibly go up in value now that word gets out that Eddie actually knew about it and owned it. Because he actually says in the interview, it's like, oh, I have it. I have one.
I want one now.
I want one too. Oh, we want one too.
Oh, you ate one too?
So yeah, Suspicious Performance is what it's called, 1978. And I'm thinking it's Anaheim Stadium. I'm thinking. Let me know in the comments below. So, okay, what else? Really quickly. I know it's getting late. Let me see. What else do I have in my notes? Okay, we talked about the remasters. We pretty much covered a lot of it. But you guys, You guys, let me get some of you guys here. Surfer by says, I love that Van Halen era. I grew up with it. Rock Show says, fire up some comedy. Here you go. Let's see. I had one called Valerie's Delight. The front and back cover were heavenly. Was that the one that had a photo of somebody that looked a lot like Valerie, but they weren't wearing a top? Is that the one you're talking about? I don't think that was them. I remember those bootlegs back in the day, man. Like, they had the weirdest covers. A lot of times the songs were wrong. Actually, let's look that one up. There's actually a site you can go to. Valerie's Delight Van Halen bootleg. There's actually There's actually a site you can go to that has them all listed. I think it's called VH Boots. Okay, I found it. Yeah, that's not Valerie. I don't think. Is that her? I don't think it is. Anyway, it's a Van Halen bootleg that looks like that. So it's not her. Yeah, that's so weird. Okay. Anyway, Van Halen bootlegs are awesome. Okay. Yeah, Richard says not Valerie. Yeah, I don't think it was. Let's see. I played bootleg versions at shows. Robbie is saying. Let's see. What else? Richard says I have a huge Zeppelin bootleg collection. Yeah, something they were talking about. Jazz and Edward. Again, check out that. Is that it? Let me just grab it. Again, check this out and drop some, if anything, drop some comments on this video saying Johnny Beane sent me. Because Jazz knows who I am because we are related. And you guys will thank me when you listen to this. You guys will be like, this is incredible. So there it is. There we go. Jump on over there. We're gonna wrap it up in a second here. I did not plan to go this long tonight, but jump over there. Huh?
You're this is a marathon. That's what I did. The pot of coffee, fresh pot. I hope everyone understands my Dave Grohl reference. Have you seen that video?
No.
When you get off this, just look up on YouTube Dave Grohl fresh pots. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
There we go. I'm looking right now.
And you'll understand why I use the chugging coffee gift so much. Fresh pots.
Dave Grohl's coffee addiction spirals out of control. Oh, he's always yelling fresh pots.
Yeah. And they're like, he almost died.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That coffee does sound pretty good right now. But
so that's me right now,
Having these.
marathoning all day for Edward Van Halen, and I'm like, I need some fresh pots.
Awesome. All right, Octopus is gonna go. What? Smoke some fresh pots. Okay. Fire up. Fresh pot. There we go. Fresh pots, everybody. All right. All right. What do you think? What do you think? Are we cool?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to make a pot of
Party
coffee.
for Eddie today.
You guys, thank you so much for watching. And again, happy birthday, Edward. I mean, every day is Van Halen Day, but days like this are especially special Van Halen days. You guys, I will see you guys tomorrow night for talking Kramer guitars. Where's the card for that? There it is. And Amanda, I don't know if you're around, if you want to join us.
Yeah, I'll join.
Get a fresh pot of coffee going. Talk some Kramer. And we'll talk Kramer guitars tomorrow night. Regular show, regular day and time, 8 p.m. East, right? 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Yes. Yeah, 5 Pacific tomorrow. Talking Kramer. Join us. And then again, Saturday night, where we hang out, we make pots of coffee, and it's craziness. Join us then if you'd like as well. No regular show Sunday, no guitar ASMR show Sunday, because I'll be traveling to Nashville. I got my outfit on, so look for this channel from Nashville coming up early next week. So join us, or if you're in Nashville, say hi. I'm planning on hitting up a lot of the guitar shops and all that stuff. Maybe I'll find some of those tapes. Maybe they have those. What do you think?
You find a tape. What do you want?
They might have them. I'm sure they do. Apparently, they have everything there. That's what I've heard. Every pawn shop there is like a mega guitar center, with all the good stuff. That's what I hear.
I need a cassette. I just feel like I have to go up to the whoever owns the pawn shop and be like, tapes. It's just like, what do I have to get? What do I have to do? What's the code word? I don't understand.
Fresh pots.
Where's the cassette?
Yeah. Hey, Ned. Ned's here. You guys, thank you for watching. Thank you again. Smash that thumbs up. Happy birthday, Edward. We love you. We miss you. And we'll see you guys. See you guys tomorrow. All right, Johnny Beane. Oh, yeah. Thank you again, channel members. You guys are... Thank you for your continued support. Thank you, everybody, tonight with all the super chats and everything. I mean, you guys don't have to do that, but it helps support the channel, support these shows. And I'm going to Nashville for you guys. Nashville. So I will see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Johnny Beane, Amanda Peters. Yes. Keep it there. Rock on, dudes. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, Johnny Beane TV. Bye-bye. I don't think the video's playing. I think it's just us. Goodbye, everybody.